One of the goals of county government is to make life easier for its residents. Our new computer program is doing just that for Polk County's building industry. More on what our tech experts have been up to lately is coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Jeremy Morady, and with me today is our Building Division Director, Chandra Frederick. So thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Well, it's not often that we get to pull you in here for something.
I know.
And you got some exciting things coming up for the Building Division's customers, and want to talk to you a little bit about what's coming up.
Sounds good.
All right, well, go ahead and launch into this new computer program that's going to make life easier.
So, you know, the Building Division has been using a permitting system called Hanson since 2000 or so. So it's been quite a long time. And we're not the only division that uses it. Land Development uses it also for all of its development review activity. We're ready to move into the new technology, and so we are about to launch a new permitting system. It's actually a land development, permitting, and a code compliance system called Excella. And we're really excited about it. It's going to make life much easier for the citizens. They can apply, it's a web-based program. They can apply from the comfort of their homes. They can file complaints for codes. There's a lot of things that they'll be able to do without having to come into our offices.
Okay, if you could kind of go into a little bit about, you know, what Excella is going to do. We've had this other system, you know, Hanson, you know, for the last almost 20 years now, and people have gotten used to that. But, you know, with everything that we've done, and, you know, our IT folks have, you know, been making a lot of headway on, you know, new website redesign and really just trying to make things easier for the customer. And from what I hear, this isn't just for folks who build homes or buildings, but this is really something for everybody. It
is. So what's interesting about this program, and probably what is one of the most significant changes, is previously, our customers completed an application, and then they would bring that application into our office, and our staff would enter the information that they put on those forms. That will go away. Now customers will enter that information, and it will no longer have to be inputted by our staff, which means it will speed up the process. So for customers, like homeowners who want to do something as simple as installing, you know, an addition or a deck in the back, they can fill out that application online, and they would still have to come in as a homeowner because owner builders by law have to personally appear. But they don't have to come in and wait to see a tech to enter all of their permit application information. That's going to be a time saver for them. Okay. And contractors won't even have to come in at all if they don't want to. Okay. And the great thing about it is we'll still offer same-day service for those who do want to come in. And that's one of the things that Polk County has been really good about, is offering same-day residential permitting for our customers. And this system does not affect that. You can still do that and use our system. Okay. For land development customers, they'll be able to initiate zoning changes, site plan review, and everything through the new system. Again, not ever having to come into the office. Codes, customers can file complaints or follow up on the status of complaints. The other great thing is you can pay fees through this system. Because of a module that IT has been working on, you'll be able to research the history of a property. We get a lot of calls for people wanting to know what's been approved on this land before, or what's going in on the parcel next door. Any person can go into the system and put in an address and be able to find out what's going on. So it's really going to be useful.
So if I'm driving down Highway 98 and I see some land being cleared or something like that, I can go on there and check that out?
You could.
Okay. So you'll be able to see all the permits that have been applied for and approved and all those things?
Yeah, you'll be able to see the history of development approvals on the property.
Wow.
And the other useful thing is it's GIS based as well. So for our inspectors, it's going to be a game changer. They will get their assignments in the morning, and it will show them on a grid where all their inspections are, so they can route their day. I'm going to go up northeast first, then I'm going to swoop around. It's going to be a game changer for them. I think things will be easier. They'll be using iPads out in the field doing their inspections, and they will be able to quickly result, and those results will show up, and a customer can actually monitor the progress of their project from their smartphone, computer, tablet.
Now, do they need to download anything in particular to be able to see those types of things, or is it just going to be something that you go on to polk-county.net and pull that up through y'all's page?
Yes, so it will be a web page that will go live when the system goes live, if not a little before, which you bring up a good point. I did want to mention that there is going to be an information website made available. It's www.polk-county.net/Excella info. When that page goes live, we will be updating it constantly with information about the go live date, the information you might need to log into the system. So getting back to your question though about an app, customers, citizens who just want to know information won't need an app. You can actually go to the county's webpage and we'll have a portal and they can go in and look at that information.
Okay.
Contractors will have access to an app that will allow them to monitor their projects throughout the course of the project.
One that's more business geared, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Okay. So now, we all know how much people love change, especially when it comes to things that have been done since the beginning of time. But for those folks who still aren't wanting to, are they still able to come into y'all's office and do things?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So homeowners, as we mentioned, by law, by state law, they have to come in if they are applying for a permit and they're doing the work themselves. We call them owner-builder applicants, and state law requires them to personally appear. So what will happen is if a customer wants to initiate their application from the comfort of home, you know, watching a little TV, filling out your permit application, they can do that, and then they'll get to a point where it will basically say, you've gone as far as you can go. Now take this permit application number into the office, and then staff will help you finish the process. So they can still get a same-day permit just like they always have. The change is whether they initiate it at home or whether they come into the office. For contractors, the change is, again, you can still get a same-day permit if you're doing a residential job. We always have had drop-offs for commercial because they take a little more time to review. So what will happen now with commercial projects are those applicants will apply online, they will submit it, and then it will go through a review process, and then our staff will communicate electronically with them to let them know how things are going with that review.
Well, that sounds pretty easy.
I think it's going to be easy. I'm really excited about the about the changes that will come forth. We know that whenever the system goes live, which we know will be in the first quarter of 2018, it's going to be change, and sometimes change is hard. But just like in 2000 or 2001 when Hansen kicked off, it was change, and now people can't imagine life without Hansen. I'm sure one day we'll say the same, wow, what was it like before Excella?
Well, now with that, in the change, you know, often things have been moved around, stuff like that, in where you go to, you know, do each step in the process. Is there going to be any type of tutorial out there that can walk folks through, hey, this is how, you know, you do this if you're just looking at it for the first time?
Absolutely. So there are a couple of things that we know right off jump our customers are going to want help with, and that's learning how to register. Because as an applicant, you will need to register or log into Excella to initiate an application. So we're going to set up some tutorial videos that we'll place on that portal that I mentioned earlier, where customers can follow through the process for logging in. We're also going to have some kiosks in our lobby, and we're going to have staff out there helping customers who come in to start the login process so they can get familiar with that. We've also been talking about doing some training. The IT division would be setting up some training for those contractors who want to send their office staff in to get training. So there are a lot of things that we plan on doing to introduce this process to our customers because we don't want to spring it on them. But I mean, I think for most of us, it's real common for us really not to get into something until we need to get into something.
Sure.
So while we will try to do what we can beforehand, what's really important is once we do go live to make sure that we're available to help our customers throughout the process as they get started.
All right, so after the training and everything, what are some of the other changes that are coming around that folks will be opening their eyes to?
Right. So there are a couple of things that I would say they're going to probably be recognized as big changes. Currently, our customers schedule inspections through something called an automated voice response system. It's a phone number that they call and they schedule their inspections. Once Acela goes live, the IVR will no longer be available.
Okay.
All inspections will be scheduled through Acela, which is online.
Okay.
So that's going to be a big change. We have some customers who, they're quick to tell me, I don't know anything about a smartphone, or I don't want to use a tablet. And we're here to help their office staff and them get acclimated to scheduling online. We know it will be a change, but it's obviously going to be more efficient and a better use of everyone's resources. That's one change. The other change is related to the project permit status viewer, which is available online now through the building division and the land development division's web pages, and people can check on the status of their projects. That will no longer be available because that system is tied to Hanson. Well, when Hanson goes away, that system will go away
too.
But it's really not going to be a problem because it's just the new system will have that same information right at their fingertips. And like right now, customers can't see what we can see in Hanson. In Acela, they'll be able to see what we see, and they'll be able to see the status or the update. So I think it'll be great for them. It'll be easier. It's a one-stop shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one thing. You go from land development to building to code enforcement all in one place.
That sounds great. Sounds like a real powerful tool now.
I think so. I think that it'll take some growing pains. We'll experience some growing pains, and it'll take some time for us all to get used to it, customers and staff alike.
Sure.
But I think we'll get through it together.
The Polk County Building Division new development review and permitting software, Acela, will eliminate the need for contractors to visit the building division. State law, however, requires homeowners who act as their own contractor to personally appear and file an application for a permit. So with Acela, a homeowner pulling his or her own permit can start the permit online in Acela, but must complete the permitting process in person by our office. As it gets closer to the rollout of Acela, you can find more information on www.polk-county.net or on the county's social media pages.